Hello Internet, so today I'm going to be talking about my experiences with cars and the terrible things that have happened to me in them. So my first story is it a story if it's true? I think it is. Okay. So, the first story, I was like 8 or 9 maybe, and my mom was driving me home from like the vet or something. And she hit black ice, and we spun around, and then we went in the ditch, and had to get pulled out of the ditch, and some nice man drove us home while the tow company came and got the car. So that was fun. The next story, I think I was like 15, and it was the same car that we put in the ditch when I was 8. And I was in the back seat of the car with a blowtorch because there was something stuck to the center console, and I was trying to melt it off. And I wasn't paying attention because I had the vacuum on while I was trying to like suck out what I was melting off, and I burnt a hole this big in the seat, and yeah, it looked like a comet hit Earth. Dad still has that car and yells at me on the daily for it. And the next story, I was 15 and I had my learner's permit, and my mom had just got a new car. It was a Ford Fusion, and she was letting me drive it to school. And I was in the driver's seat, and I had all my little settings ready to drive to school, and her and my sister were taking forever. And so what I did is I put it in reverse, backed it out of the garage, and then I closed the door, put it in drive, and pulled it up a little closer because I backed up kind of far because it was a new car and I had never driven it before. So I pulled it up. And then my mother and sister were taking forever, so I jumped out of the car to go get them. Actually, honestly, I think I went in to get Pop-Tart, and I told everyone that it was because of my mom and sister because I don't look like a badass, but I think I went to get Pop-Tart. And I got out, and the car started moving. And by the time I was able to like jump back in, the car had gone through the garage door and was halfway through by the time I got in and put it in park. So the windshield was shattered, and the whole front, like the bumper, the grill, and the top of the hood was all scratched, and we had to take it and get it fixed. And that was really embarrassing. And we left the car in the garage door for like the whole day until my dad got home because we didn't know what to do. So yeah, that was thrilling. And the next story, oh yeah. So I got my first car when I turned 16. It was a Ford Taurus, and we bought the car. I wasn't allowed to drive alone yet. I didn't have my license yet. So me and my mom went in her car to look at this car. We then bought it, and then we went home. Left my mom's car at the dealership, and then we drove my car home. And then I picked up a friend and brought them with me, and we got her car. But before we went to get her car, we went to a friend at the time, H, and we went to Chinese. So here we are getting Chinese, and I parked my car like a normal person. I was inside of all the lines, and like a Ford Taurus is like kind of a big car, so like I understand that if there was an issue at some point, but parked inside the lines. And this man in his truck parked into my car. He parked into my car because when I put it in reverse and backed away, his entire truck moved with me until they like separated. I was beyond livid. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should key his car. I didn't know if I should slash his tires. I didn't know what to do. I'm not a violent person. So what I did is I wrote a note and I said, "Learn to park, you fucking cock ass." And then I left it on his windshield and I put gum on it and stuck it to his windshield on a hot day. So I hope he enjoyed that. I never got to see the end of that little story. So then I had that car for 6 months. I traded it in and got like a newer and like more techy Ford Taurus. And I had that car for 5 or 6 months, and then I hit a deer because I went to pick up a friend at the time. Again, bitch. And then we were going to get our other friend, old friend, bitch. And yeah, so I hit a deer. Took 2 weeks to get it fixed, and I was very angry about it. Then I got the car back. And then months later, I was just minding my own business. This could be like a story time on its own, so I'm not gonna like tell the whole story. I'm gonna just tell like the baseline of it. This was November 2015. Was it? Yeah, it was November 2015. And I was driving to town, and a drunk driver blew a stop sign, and I T-boned him and got in this like horrific accident. The car got completely destroyed, totaled, and it was horrible. And that is like a whole story time on its own. I'll probably do one eventually. But yeah, so that was horrific. Then I didn't have a car for a year because I just shared my car with my mom. Or I shared my mom's car because I didn't want to go buy another car. And so finally, on when was it? The end of October, I think it was like October 23rd, I went and finally got a new car, which was like almost a year, like just under a year later. It's like my dream car. I was so happy. BMW 535i X Drive, I think is what it would be called. So I got that car. I went on a little road trip vacation to deal with some family stuff. And let me tell you what happened. I had had the car for not more than 1 week. I was in Nebraska driving, and a deer jumped out in front of me, and I hit it. I hit a deer 1 week after getting my new car. I hit a deer in my new BMW. I hit a deer. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it probably a lot because it really, still to this day, irks me. I hit a deer. And it took me a week and a half for them to fix the car. But it took like a month and a half to even get it in to get fixed because I was on vacation and then I was back. But I was busy and I needed my car. So it took a month and a half to get it fixed. And I finally just got it back. So I'm very happy now that I finally have a car again. And then the other night when I was driving to see my sister at work, a deer jumped out in front of me and I almost hit it. And I slammed on my brakes, probably the hardest I ever have in my life. So those are my like car experiences. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little ranty video story time thing. And if you would like to hear any of these stories more elaborated, mostly the drunk driver one, I probably will do that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.